never know.
You never know.
Yep.
And Eckhart Tolle in Power and Now, he talks about how some of the smartest people in the world, like Einstein, for example, are the least creative because they're just people who can't turn their minds off because they're constantly analyzing and thinking, and that's just how their brains work. They can't help it.
Right.
And they're the least creative people, and why do you think that is?
Yeah,
you know,
different sides of the brain.
Creativity and knowledge and intelligence have nothing to do with each other.
Getting a nice little light show over here.
Yeah, we lost a lot of light during this. It's all right.
Storms are rolling in. I mean, it really is. That's exactly how I regard my creative process now. I call it the portal. I call it flow state. You know, but I made a song. I made 2 songs off a 2-day bender. We had just been having a blast. Friends, just groups of friends coming through. We hadn't been back in Arizona in a while. Got a great party house here. So
yeah,
people came through, and I ended up hopping in there at 9 a.m. It was 8 a.m. and we had a bunch of people here. And I literally went in, I swear to God, I went into the room by myself while there was a party here, and I just started working on something, and I felt called to it. You know, I literally felt called to it. And then when I'm in there, I'm not thinking about one fucking thing. Yep. Talk about almost the portal. I call it the portal because I feel like I'm not even here. You know, I'm not worried about, ooh, what are they thinking? There's people in the room. What are they thinking? How do I sound? Am I saying something stupid? And, you know, all of that shit is creativity killers. It really is. Make the music, make whatever you want to make, anything you want to do, the business idea, do it, throw it against the wall, curate it after. Judge it later, you know what I mean? And
don't feel judged in the moment. No,
yeah, because that will fucking take you right out of the pool.
Yes, it will. And great example, we talked about it in one of the last episodes, but we finally watched it together. That episode of Dave, where Lil Dicky, he goes in the float tank while he's on psychedelics, and he has to confront his own ego. Mm-hmm. And he's what makes the show so great is because he's so self-aware of everything that he is. Mm-hmm. And he is someone who is constantly feeling judged or overanalyzing and overthinking everything. Mm-hmm. And in the show, he's supposed to come up with an album, and he can't come up with anything.
That's what the whole season's about.
Yeah, so he has to go to Rick Rubin's house, and they make him go on this little journey to face his own ego and figure out what's the issue.
Yeah, I loved it.
And then he has a revelation, and he kind of comes to this same. He comes to this same exact conclusion.
Yeah,
that we're talking about.
That's how it ends. He runs in the studio and he's just in flow, and it's all coming out.
Yeah.
And I mean, Rick Rubin is that in person and in real life, and my favorite follow on Instagram probably. He posts a quote every day and then deletes it.
But all the quotes are legendary.
Yeah, and it's I was like, man, I feel like I hope to be like Rick Rubin when I'm older, you know? He's just totally on the wave.
But you talk about Don't Try, and that Red Hot Chili Peppers documentary that I love, when you watch, he's already an esteemed producer at that moment in 1991 or whenever they were making that album. And in the documentary, the whole time he's laying on a couch with a pen and pad, his glasses on, and it looks like he's taking a nap the whole time. Mm-hmm. But whenever he has a thought, he'll just pop his head up, he'll write on a piece of paper, and then he'll just lay back down again. Yeah. And it's literally it's the definition of just not trying.
Yeah, no, I mean, he really I really fucking relate to his outlook on
And in
music.
Creativity, it's paramount. It's so important.
It really is. It's just something else. Creativity is something else. You know, it's its own realm, and you have to treat it as such. And it looks different for everyone else. For everybody, it looks different. You know, so. Not to say it needs to be like him or like me, but you know, you have to curate it yourself and kind of tap into it yourself. But there's Rick Rubin doesn't play instruments. He doesn't really even do anything on the songs, but he's the guy that puts it all together for the artist and puts them in that creative place. They have all the skills. They just need to get out of their own way, and that's what Dave was saying in that whole season. Really, he was in his own way. So.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?